Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we are concluding the Halloween series for the year by doing the trick or treat pick a card. So if you guys haven't watched this type of video from me before, what happens is you guys are going to pick one of the 4 candies, and then on the timestamp you are going to be taken to your reading, and to the side I have a jar with different topics of different readings that are basically in the jar in pieces of paper. And when you pick your pile, I'm going to be doing a kind of lucky dip and I'll be pulling out a topic for you for that reading. So you're not going to know what reading it is until you pick your candy and jump to the timestamp. So the 4 piles that we have, pile number 1 is the crunchy. Pile number 2 is the Reese's pumpkins. Let's get that in so you can actually see it. Pile number 3 is the toffee crisp, and pile number 4 is the Butterfinger. So see which candy you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I shall see you guys at your timestamp where we will reveal your reading topic. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at your topic. We are going to be pulling from this little jar, this little acorn jar. It was a candle, it's now a piece of decor for me. But yeah, I've got a bunch of topics in here and I'm basically going to tip them out now. And I'm going to do a kind of lucky dip to see what your topic is, and then we will get into that. So pile number 1 is Please Spirit Guides, the crunchy pile. What topic, Please Spirit Guides, what topic for my pile number 1's benefit? Do you know what? I'm going to take that because it leaped and jumped. I feel like that was a little indicator. What karmic cycle are you currently breaking? So this would be like a kind of energy reading to see what patterns you're basically at the end of a cycle of, what you're finally letting go of. That's what we'll be taking a look at with your reading, pile number 1. So let's get in. I'm going to pop all these back in here before I start. Let's fold these a bit more over so they all fit. Okay. Okay. Let's pop it over here. Right, let's get in pile 1. So we're taking a look at what cycle you're currently breaking, what energy you're moving out of. Pile number 1's, please, Spirit Guides. What cycle my pile number 1's currently breaking? What energies are they moving out of? What energies are they stepping out of? Pile number 1's, please, Spirit Guides. What cycle? We have Temperance. We have the Emperor. Let me move this over so you can see them. There we go. Pile number 1, the crunchy pile. Oh, cards jumped over. What have we got? Page of Wands. What cycle are my pile number 1's currently breaking? 3 of Swords. I'm hearing My Way by Frank Sinatra. I do it my way. And we have the Devil as well. Back of the deck is the 10 of Cups. Okay. So as I put the 10 of Cups down, I hear an emotional fulfillment. So I feel like the new energy you're stepping into is emotional fulfillment. And it's interesting when I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm thinking of like sensory things, like things that would calm me down or soothe me. Like I'm thinking of like what are soothing me. I'm thinking of like a certain lighting, you know, some people like red lights, some people like blue lights, or some people just have like dimmed lights, you know, and some people like to light essential oils. It's almost like I'm aware of my senses and I'm aware of like what light is on, and I'm kind of doing things that make me feel anchored and get me into my right energy. And it's almost like as I'm doing that, this is all channel, I haven't looked at the cards yet, but I'm being shown something being molded and cemented, something becoming concrete, like slime going hard or Play-Doh going hard. And it's like, it's helping me kind of like navigate the world, if that makes sense, in a way that's kind of like easier for me. Like I'm kind of creating a level of security, or I'm creating maybe like I'm doing certain routines in the morning that help me root my energy, that help me ground my energy. Maybe I'm doing things and you know, setting up things in my home or in my environment where I can feel a lot safer, I can feel a lot calmer. There's that coming through, and that's all energy coming in, right? That's an energy I see you stepping into. But in terms of what I feel like you're breaking, and in terms of what I feel like you guys are clearing, you're returning to a level of like looking at things more in a black and white way, or just being a little bit more forward with, I feel, maybe opinions and things like that. With the Three of Swords and the Devil card at the end of the reading, there's almost this feeling sometimes of like, I'm being tugged a bit. I'm kind of being tugged about when I don't need to. Things like taking me out of my energy. I don't want to go and do that, or I don't want to kind of go ahead with this, or I don't want to it's almost like I'm used to kind of going with the flow, and then it's taking me out of my energy. It's making me feel depleted. Let's just say like maybe with like your morning routines, let's say you've always had a similar morning routine, but it's something that took away from your energy. It's something that depleted you. It's something that kind of held you back in an old cycle. So maybe that was waking up and doom scrolling, you know what I mean? Maybe that was checking your emails first thing in the morning. Maybe that was foods that you knew made you feel fatigued, or things like that. There's something here where I'm like, I'm changing that to create a better path for myself. It's almost like I'm making things easier for myself, but with that comes what you're detaching. You're kind of clearing out clutter and removing obstacles that were having you kind of trip over. Like maybe for a while you guys were trying to start something new, start a new career path, start a fitness journey, start new morning routines, getting things done, and then it was almost like by the second hurdle you'd fallen over, because it was almost like something was making it impossible. But I just feel like there's something that you've been combating, or you're going to be combating, if that's even a word, where it's like you're going to the root, and it's like, this needs to be neat and tidy, this needs to be where it's at. I don't know why it's making me think, you know, like fire brigade people, firemen, that's it, firemen, they have like their boots and their kind of coveralls like in place, so when there's a fire they literally like put, I don't know if you've ever seen it, it's like their boots are there and then their like coveralls are like over it, so they literally just have to put their feet in and pull it up. There's that sort of vibe, like I'm making things easier to kind of glide through life. I think that's why I was picking up more sensory things and things that just fed me and made me feel better and made me feel good. And it's helping me stay in my energy. So it's, and then I keep being shown somebody like almost pushing their way through something, like, you're going to hear my voice, I'm going to speak, I want it done my way. And it's almost like, here are my terms and conditions. Maybe in the past you didn't have terms and conditions. Maybe if you were going to see a friend, or you were going out for food, or you were heading anywhere, you know, it was almost just like, oh, whatever's easier for you, oh, I'll do it. Whereas like now it's almost like, well, no, like these are my terms and conditions. It's making me think of like when a celebrity goes to like an event, and then they have one of those lists that have like, I want the room at this temperature, and I want this champagne and I want this. There's that sort of vibe here of like, these are my requirements, this is kind of like what I need, and kind of just saying no to things that are out of your energy. Like, why do I always have to maybe see you when you're kind of doing things that I just don't do anymore? Maybe you're somebody that doesn't drink alcohol, and it's like, well, why do we always have to drink alcohol? I don't want to do that. Or, you know, and starting to go, actually, no, this is taking me out of my energy. Or why do we always have to do this? Why can't we do this? And it, not even in a negative way, like I'm doing it my way, but it's almost like you being seen and sparking opinions that other people can also like benefit from. Like, let's try this. I don't want to do that. Let's go here. And other people can kind of learn your wave. And also in doing that, you're going to attract people that are on that same wave, that like doing those same things. So there's something there in terms of that. And what you're clearing is the need to maybe always go with the flow, or the need to kind of maybe sometimes tailor yourself to other people's frequencies, other people's energies, especially if some of you guys are empathic or susceptible to energy, clairsentient, highly sensitive. Like, you could be used to maybe questioning other people's energy or going with other people's rhythm, and you'll learn. I think you're going to be, do you know what, I feel like you've already been learning your rhythm. I think you've been learning what you like and what you don't like. So what people are going to see now is a more forward approach from you. You're coming in with this Temperance and Emperor card of like, my cup is being full first, and then I'm going to come to you, and this is just the way I move. This is the way that I have to be. You know what I mean? I am somebody that takes a minute to get back to text. I am somebody that, you know, likes to, give me an example, please, spirit guides. I'm somebody that likes to go to bed early, you know, or go to bed late. Maybe I'm a night owl. Like, there's that sort of vibe. Like, I feel like you've been becoming aware of your needs, and now people are going to start to see that. But I also just see a lot of like, no, I need this base first. I can't do that. I'm not like running all of these errands. I can maybe do one or two, but I can't do them all. Like, that's not for me. It's you're pulling your energy back, understanding it's sacred, and learning when to say yes and when to say no. And it does feel like with this Emperor card that is just heavier boundaries. And I think just not just with other people, this is also with you, because I see you saying no to yourself. I see your mind going, oh, let's scroll TikTok right now, but you know that like you're tired and you want to go to sleep because maybe you want to wake up early. And I see you turn into it. It's so simple, but I see you turning to yourself and going, no, we can do that sometime tomorrow, but like there's no need for it. Like, I'm tired, I don't know why, you know. And it's having healthy boundaries with yourself, because I see you turning inwards and saying no to yourself too. You know, it could be that maybe you've gone back and forth with somebody for a long time that, you know, wasn't maybe offering you much, and maybe you had loads of love for them, and that's why maybe you went back to them. But I see you reaching a level of logic where it's like, I think we have good chemistry, but I don't think this is compatible. I'm not seeing any results. And as much as I love to talk to you again or see you again, I think I'm going to have to close the door. There's like healthy boundaries coming in with yourself too, where it's like, I'm literally making sure that the ride to whatever destination I want to head to is smooth. I'm making sure that the garden is tended to, in which way then I'm able to jump into new energies. And after the first hurdle, I'm able to keep going because I've made it easy for myself. I put the comfy trainers on that help me bounce and jump over the hurdle. You know what I mean? So there's that sort of vibe. And I think what you've already been doing with Temperance lead in the reading is understanding your maybe emotional needs, what you need to feel nurtured, what you need to feel grounded, what you like and what you don't like. Maybe you've been understanding your boundaries, maybe you've been building up your boundaries. So what's happening now is they're being put into place so that people can see them. So it's almost like I've kind of fit into everyone's shape. This person's a cup, this person's a jar, this person's a bowl. I've been the jug, I've been the bowl, I've been the jar, I've been all of it. I am a stream of water, and this is the way that I need to move. And how about some people jump into my frequency too? How about it's more of a yin yang? You know what I mean? I need to have my base. I need to kind of root myself to feel safer, to bring in what it is that I need. So that's the cycle that you guys are stepping out of, is needing to almost merge with others or merge with old patterns that held you back and pulled at your energy, merging with others when maybe they're not in the same rhythm as you, and then it takes you out of your rhythm, holding your own maybe in conversation, holding your own maybe when you know, you could be somebody where you're out and about, you're shopping, you're out, you know, doing stuff with people, and it's almost like maybe you're moving at a fast pace, so you're not able to really take it in, and maybe go into stores that you'd like to or buy things that you'd like to, because it's almost like I'm kind of just going with the pace of everything else, so I don't have time. Whereas now you're moving into a pace of like, let me slow down. Actually, guys, stop. I really want to go in this store and grab this book. You know, whereas before you would have gone, it doesn't matter. Now you're going, no, I really want to get that book, or no, I really want to get that CD, or no, you know, you're learning to do that. And it's simple, but it's going to open a lot of doors for you. And I think it's going to bring a lot of ease into your life. And I think it's going to continue more parts of you as you are doing this, because it's going to keep blooming. I think more parts of you are going to unfold, and you'll be able to see more of your needs and more of your emotional needs. But what this is leading you toward is emotional fulfillment. And getting your needs met, I feel, and being nurtured in return, I'm hearing as well. and kind of being seen to or heard for some of you guys. If you've ever felt unseen or unheard by people, I think this is going to help you start to do that, to start to be seen, to start to be heard. And I think if you've been struggling with getting something off the ground, whatever this clear out is, whatever boundaries you're putting in with yourself or others, whatever you're making easier in your life, whatever you're coming to the root of and combating first, whatever that is for you guys, it's basically having this devil energy kind of slip away, and it's helping you become unstuck. Especially if some of you guys have been feeling a little stuck in the mud, this is going to help you become unstuck, you know, whatever this is. So I feel like I'm folding something in neatly. That's honestly how I feel, like what's happening to your energy. Think of like a cardboard box that's been open and it's kind of like everywhere. I see you kind of like folding things in a really tight, neat way. It's all compact. That's what I'm being shown. You know, like when you see people, I'm one of these people, I'm terrible at packing in the store. I've heard some places you have people that pack for you. I've never seen that in a UK store anyway, but there may be, I've just never seen it. And I'm one of those people, I'm so bad at packing. Thank God I never took on the career of a cashier or something, because I literally like chuck everything in the bag, like everything, and it gets squashed and it's bad. And then like I'm thinking of like maybe your energy sometimes feeling like that, like maybe you've been having routines that are a little bit all over the place, or you haven't made time for certain things, and maybe you felt like your energy is everywhere. Maybe it's been going to other people, whereas your energy is like coming into, like, imagine a bag that's been packed perfectly. Shout out my friend Nye, because I went shopping with her not long ago, and the way she packed it, it was like should have been in the Hall of Fame. Everything was neat and compressed, and everything was so perfectly done, and I was like, that's insane. Like, oh my God, that's how your energy is becoming. It's shopping bag with everything nice and put together. That's the energy that you're stepping into. You're folding yourself in as well, away from things that have been draining you. You're stepping away from things that have been draining you, and it could be like spending as well, because I just got shown money and savings being built up. It could be that you've been spending on things that maybe you didn't need. You know what I mean? And I see you kind of having like maybe like a finance list that you create or something like that, to kind of have everything where it needs to be and be aware of where everything needs to be. And it's really helping. And this is with taking how it resonates. For some of you guys, this is with other people and pulling your energy back. For others of you, this is like your own energy, to be more aware of where your energy is going. Pile number 1, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 1. What karmic cycle are they releasing? We're doing the Halloween cards now. We have the Lamp, Remembrance. Pile number 1. We have Mummy, Change, literally. I'm going to pull 3, because I realize I haven't actually used this deck so much during my Halloween videos this year. I think this might be the first time I've used it, so let's put it to good use. We also have the Underworld, where all things pause and begin again. See, that's the thing, there's something about slowing down, being aware of where your energy's going, slowing it all down. Back of the deck is Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots. Yeah, I feel like it's things as well, maybe subconsciously you did not realize your energy was going there, or how much energy it took out of you. You know what I mean? This could be like if you've been doing something for a while, just kind of like maybe for the sake of it, certain thing on your phone. Maybe it's like a game you've been playing on your phone and it's almost been stressing you out, but it's almost like I'm kind of addicted to that feeling, so I'm kind of keeping on doing it. Or whatever that is, I see like a really nice, slow, kind of like grounding into your energy and going, oh my God, I didn't realize how much energy that was taken out of me. I didn't realize how much that was having my energy spill out. You know, it's like let's delete that app, or, you know, let's rein that in. Let's try something different. Let's try a different routine. There's something there that I see. There's like a rearrangement that I'm being shown. The Lamp, Remembrance. Why do we have Remembrance here? Why do we have Remembrance? I keep feeling like a familiar ache that may be driving this. So I wonder if something might have triggered you recently, or triggered you to heal certain wounds that are coming, that have been being released, because there's almost this feeling of like, remember how it made you feel, like when somebody maybe like looked over you or didn't fully see you, or wasn't respecting your energy, or wasn't respecting your time or your effort, you know what I mean? Or maybe a time period where your energy was going into the wrong things, and you knew that, but then it was almost just like, you know, we get it's very normal in the human experience to get stuck in a cycle of doing something, you know what I mean? Whether that's scrolling and, you know, being on the phone and anything like that, we can kind of get stuck in it. So there's a reference of how it made you feel, like a fog that would have been there, or like feeling disrespected, or feeling that feeling of chaos, or feeling like your energy was being tugged at. It's almost like that's driving you, because the remembrance card is here. It's almost like driving you. And then with the mummy change, like you're creating then that change, you're bringing and ushering in that newness. I see that newness coming in, it's already happening, but you're stepping away from that feeling that would have arose, whatever that feeling means to you. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. And it's like I'm softening, I'm slowing down. You know, when we slow down, we can take things in more. You know, if we just rush past a stand of fruit, we're not going to know what fruit was there. We rushed past. We might be aware there were some bananas. We saw the colour yellow. We might be aware we saw a watermelon because they're pretty big. But we didn't see anything else, right? But when we slow down, we can see there's pomegranates, and there's grapes, and there's apples, and we can take it in, and we can really feel them and see if they're ripe for us to buy, or if one of them's got a bruise on it, we don't want that one. So we make better choices sometimes when we slow down, and I think that's what you're learning to do. And I think that's where you're becoming aware, oh, this is yanking at me, oh, this isn't, you know, this isn't right, I don't like this. It reminds me of when like I was for a lot of my life very much in fight or flight, and I just had to be in an energy of survival, and the littlest things that you would think were common sense I wouldn't do. Like I remember not being able to pluck my eyebrows for ages because I didn't have tweezers, and I was like, oh my god. And it never once occurred to me, Lexi, why don't you just go buy tweezers off Amazon? They're like £2 something, or just pop into the store and get a pair of tweezers. I just did not think to make my life easier in that way at all. I was just like, oh my god, I don't have tweezers, oh my god. And I was rushing about doing all other things. And then as I was learning to, you know, slow down over the years, I was like, well, why don't I just purchase a pair off Amazon? And I did, and I was like, that makes my life easy. Like, do you know what I mean? It was like that little thing, but I was so used to being in kind of like survival mode, you know, it didn't click. So there's that sort of vibe, but I feel like for you guys, it's more maybe something you've been avoiding doing that would really benefit you. You know what I mean? Handing something in, handing a essay in, or it's like I feel like you're making your life easier. I just wonder what that is. It's like, let me just get this out of the way. Let me just clear this but it's almost like I've got like 9 billion things and I'm worried about them all. It's like, let's just start with this. Let's just do this. Let's just sort this out. Let me take my time. Let me move slow. And then it's like, let me just pause. Oh my god, this is stressing me out. Let me sort this out first. This is my biggest hindrance. Oh my god, yeah, this is really taking my energy. I didn't realize how much it took me out of my energy. Let me stop doing this. That's what's happening here. And that's what's ushering in the new. And you're moving towards emotional fulfillment though with this 10 of Cups. So it's like getting needs met by other people. That's more where you're headed, getting your needs met, being seen, being felt, being understood. That seems to be a big focus for a lot of you. But yeah, pile number 1, that is what I have for you. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Happy Halloween. Please be safe if you're going out, and have fun and take care. And yeah, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Hope you have a great Halloween. And I will see you in my next video. And thank you guys for watching my Halloween videos this year, and being with me, because this is my favorite time on the channel and they make me really happy. I get very excited. So thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Hey Pal 2, welcome to your reading. So we're now going to see what the topic of your reading is. You guys chose the Reese's. And in this acorn, oh goodness, messing up already. In this Acorn, I have different topics. Except for pile ones, we've already taken pile ones out, so we don't have a repeat. And I'm basically gonna spill the topics, and I'm gonna do a kind of lucky dip to see what your topic is, and then we'll jump into your reading. So what can my pile number 2s, I'm gonna look away a little bit, what can my pile number 2s benefit from hearing today? What reading would benefit my pile number 2s right now? Okay, we have no contact. Why did they ghost? So I wanted to do this as well because no contact readings get requested a lot, and I try not to do them too much. And I've said the whole spiel on other videos. I like to only do them from time to time because I don't want anyone to be too dependent on them. But I know that they can really help people kind of unhook their mind and understand why something happened. And I don't think I've done a no contact one before. I've done no contact, that's a lie. I haven't done why have they ghosted you before? That's what I was trying to say. And when I was thinking of, because I go through the different kind of Halloween things, mummies, skeletons, and I'm like, ghost, and I've never done that. Why did they ghost? So I thought maybe I could do that. It has been requested a few times. I've not done it before, so I thought that's what we'll do. This is my really bad drawing of a ghost. But yeah, so if you want to think of the person that may have ghosted and want to know why that happened, put them in your mind, and we'll tap in and we'll take a look at why they ghosted or why they pulled away or kind of what happened there, and hopefully put your mind at ease or help you understand and get some clarity. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides, tap me into pile number 2's person that they're inquiring about. Why did this person ghost my pile 2s? Why did this person ghost my pile number 2s? Tap me into my pile number 2s and this person. Why did the person that they have in mind ghost them? Why did they pull away? We have the 6 of Pentacles. Why did this person ghost my pile number 2s, please? 7 of Cups. Pile number 2s. 8 of Cups. Why did this person ghost my pile number 2s? 2 of Cups. And the Hermit. Okay, and the back of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, when I was tapping into the energies and I was laying the cards, I kept being shown like I needed a very firm pathway in front of me. Like I needed, you know those people when you go somewhere with them and they need to know the time and they need to know the date and they need to know how it's happening, and they might not be like the leaders of the pack. They may be somebody that kind of like follows and kind of goes with it, and they need to kind of like know to feel safe. There's that sort of vibe here from this person where I feel like, because for a lot of you guys this is probably more a relationship, I can imagine, but also related to friendship and family. This person, I feel, needs somebody to kind of lead the way for them, I feel. Because this person doesn't like a lot of uncertainty. And I felt like when I was connecting with you through this person's mind, there was almost this feeling of like, but I don't know how it will go. What if it doesn't go right? There's a lot of worries in my head, like the Hermit cards here. I'm kind of, there's a Virgo energy coming through because it's like I'm in my head and I'm kind of like, what, what about this path? What about that path? What if this happens? I need to know. There's this feeling of I need to know. I need something concrete. I need something I can sink my teeth into. I need the carpet rolled out for me. I need something like that to make me feel safe to jump into it. And there's this feeling with you guys that this person might not have felt like something was rolled out. Now this could be, with this 7 of Cups being here, like this could be maybe this person, maybe you sparked certain feelings in this person and they didn't know, it made them feel out of control. So it was almost just like, yeah, I don't know if this is the right fitting for me. Maybe I should go somewhere else, you know what I mean? Or it could be that, you know, this could be somebody that's very logic based and wanted someone that had something that they felt like they could jump to. You know, some people, like I've seen it from some people, they go to people because it's like, oh well, they have a house, so I'm gonna go with them, or they have this, so I'm gonna go with them, or they have this down and it's gonna be a better thing for me. It's that sort of vibe. It's almost just like something concrete that I can grab onto. Now this could be like a situation where let's just say you live very far away from them. Maybe you live in a different country to them, and that uncertainty, that maybe big leap that they'd have to take to jump and move and you know, build something from them, maybe that was scary for them, you know. Or maybe it was somebody that, you know, because I keep being shown like I keep being shown security because I'm being shown a home. So I'm being shown security. It's like I don't want my security taken away from me. So it's almost like I'm looking to you to supply that. I'm being shown the image of Donkey walking across the bridge in Shrek. And he's like so scared going across that bridge. And he's like, I think he like taps a plank of wood and it falls down. And he's like shouting like, oh my God, Shrek. Like there's this vibe from this person of like Donkey from Shrek where he's like, oh my God, you know. Going across that kind of bridge. There's this feeling of like the bridge didn't feel certain. So maybe this is a situation where you and this person were arguing a lot. Maybe there was trust issues, and that's where this person felt like, you know what, I don't think I can jump into this because maybe you don't trust me, or maybe there's trust issues here. There's that feeling here. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll keep everything like to the point with these type of readings. I'm never gonna create false hope. With this Seven of Cups, this person might have had other options or other people around, so other pathways that they were looking, okay, which one's more solid? This wasn't about you as a person, pile number 2. This was more like what fits me easier, what is easier for me, how can I get across the bridge? I'm wondering with this 8 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, because 8 of Cups, we're walking away, so we're leaving pathways, we're leaving things behind, things that maybe we still feel emotionally connected to, you know, you being one of them, and we're stepping towards this. So we have this 2 of Cups, so it's something that's aligned with them. Now this could be just a way of life. This could be like, you know what, maybe I want to be single, so that's this 2 of Cups. But this could also be them stepping towards another. This is, if you know about it, you may know that this person's moved towards somebody else. It's almost like this fits me better because it makes me feel safer. Maybe this person's bringing like physical security. Maybe this person has like this money that's security to me, or maybe this person's avoidant and I don't have to go so deep and worry and go too deep into my feelings, so it's safer there. Maybe this person leaves me to my own devices, so I feel a bit more free there. It could be so many different things, but there's this feeling, what it's coming down to, what its core, as I'm tapping in, is where I'm trying to find kind of like security. What's easier for me, what my energy is, where I don't feel like I'm being pulled or I have to maybe step up, or where I don't feel like I have to go across the bridge. If you could find an easier way to do something, that's what this person's doing. It's like the path of least resistance. It's easier for me to drive somewhere than walk, or it's easier for me to and this person's they are self-focused, I will say that, and it's like it's easy. They almost feel like with the 6 of Pentacles, it would have required a lot from them. And it's almost like they weren't ready to step up to that. It would have required too much. But then you would have expected me to do this. You would have expected me to do that. Now, this 2 of Cups, this energy they could have stepped towards, it could be as simple as, and we see it happen sometimes, you were just asking for basic commitment and this person didn't want to give commitment. Maybe they wanted their options to be open. You know, maybe they wanted their options to be open, maybe they wanted to stay with that freedom energy, and you were like, ultimatum, I want this, you know what I mean? And they were like, oh, don't like that. There's something here about feeling like there's a path of least resistance and I want something that's easier, because something's presenting to them with this Ace of Pentacles is allowing me to flow more. I'm picking an easier way to get to something. What's the easiest way I can get this? What's the easiest way I can reach this? But I do feel an indecisive kind of feeling. no matter what path this person would have taken with the Seven of Cups, or took with the Seven of Cups, they would still be reminiscent about the other pathways, because this person just doesn't feel sure with much of what they do. That's one thing I will say about this person. They don't feel very sure. There's lots of ghosts around this person. You see the Eight of Cups, and then you have this literal ghost here on the side of the card. It's like there's like hauntings of the past, or like, what if I took that path? What if I took that path? It's no matter what they do, they have that. They definitely have a grass is greener. I don't know if I took the right path. That's coming through pretty strong, to be honest. That could be an energy they're in now, especially if you've done other readings and that similar messages come through about them. But whatever the situation is, you know what the thing as well I will say is this Two of Cups. If you look, one of the bottles is huge, big. The other one's small. So it could even be that they've stepped towards a situation where they didn't have to put in much effort, or they didn't have to go through much of a shift or go through much of a change. Whatever it is with you would have had them step up to something or change something. It might not be stepping up as, stepping up. It could be like, oh, I would have to change this, or I would have to move out of this house, or I would have to change and shake this up, or I would have to step away from this, or I would have to move, and move country, or I would, you've got a certain set of boundaries and I'd have to change this up about. And it's almost like I'm not willing to do it, but it's not because I'm not willing to do the thing. It's like I don't want the change, I don't want the shift, I don't want the shake up, because again there's this feeling of, if I do the shake up, what happens if it doesn't work out? Do you see how we're making things so complicated? We're opening up so many pathways and going, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if that? And it's like I'm talking myself out of everything, because even when they've gone towards the path that they want, they're still in their head. I'm still wondering if I went wrong, or if I did this, or if I did that. There's that sort of vibe here. So it's almost like I'm pulling back, I'm stepping out. I want to, if they ghosted in a not very nice way, I do want to just pull 3 cards quickly to see why they did it the way that they did, because I know sometimes people can be very rude. Some people can just be like, I'm dipping, and then other people can just literally become dismissive, breadcrumbing. People can completely just ghost and never speak to you again, sort of thing. And I know that can, for the psyche, it's very normal to have your head kind of rumble around it. So let's take a look at that and see. If you want me to do this as a topic on the channel, so we can have like 4 different piles and go really into it, I can. Just let me know. But I want to see around the initial ghosting, like what was their energy behind it, how were they feeling behind it, why did they choose, when they chose to ghost, why did they move the way that they did, what was that about? We have the Tower, the scatter change, 10 of Swords, feel defeated, Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like I feel backed into a corner, so I need to jump away from this. I feel skittish. It's just like I feel like you've put a boulder in front of me and now I need to pull back. Back of the deck is the Chariot. I wonder if you honed in on this person with the Tower card being there. I wonder if you mentioned something to this person, like why, maybe you gave an ultimatum to this person, maybe you called them out for something, because there's this feeling of like, I'm kind of blocked anyway, and I kind of feel like something's not going my way, or the conversation isn't going my way, or you're calling my bluff. I just heard that, calling my bluff. Maybe you're calling somebody's bluff, and it's kind of like I'm out of coins on a machine almost, and it's just kind of like, so it's like, I need to retreat. There's an avoidance, I feel, towards the ghosting part. I'm avoiding something. I'm avoiding conflict. I'm avoiding disappointment. I'm avoiding sadness. I'm avoiding any of these feelings. And maybe I'm jumping towards another path to kind of fill the void, or I'm jumping towards another path to distract myself. It's an avoidance here. They're avoiding something. Do you see in something? You know in something? That's what caused the ghosting. But then I also feel like I'm avoiding a tower moment. So maybe I'm trying to avoid an argument from even happening, or maybe I've got other, you know, and this is for if you know about it, if there was other people involved, maybe I'm avoiding you being aware of that, so I'm pulling back now. Like, there's something about that. I'm trying not to let things get a bit too messy. I feel stuck, so I kind of have to pull back. Something's making this person feel like they have to, like there's a wedge in the doorway. I have no choice. Something feels like it's being controlled. So whether that's you honing in on something, calling their bluff, mentioning something. If this is really messy and there was another person involved the whole time and you knew this, it could be the other person becoming aware and they wanted to pull back before there's even more drama. There's, you know, that could also play into it if that's the case and you know that. But it could also be just simple avoidance. I know there's going to be a bunch of you watching, but this could just be avoidance as well. I'm avoiding conflict. You'll know what feels right for you guys. But it was, I think the ghosting part was just avoidance. I'm trying to avoid an argument or you seeing something or kind of like looking like the bad guy. So it's almost like you've called my bluff or you've called me out, rightfully so, but I don't want to take responsibility of it. Or I know I've kind of stepped wrong or I've done something maybe I shouldn't have and you're mentioning it to me. So it's kind of like I've been kind of caught out or I'm being made to look at something because you're mentioning it and I don't want to look at it. I'm being made to make a choice and I don't want, there's an indecisive feeling here. I don't want to make a choice, so I'm pulling back. I'm avoiding, you know. There's that, you know, feeling. Let's pull the oracle cards. Let's pull the oracle cards and see what else comes out. Why did this person ghost my pile? I mean, shock, an avoidant person ghosted. Do you know what I mean? It's avoidance, of course. But it's in terms of the initial ghosting part, I feel backed into a corner. You brought something up to me, or you figured something out, or to keep playing the machines, I have to go into my wallet and pull more coins out, and I can't do that. Somebody just texted me, so that was a confirmation. Because I just looked and it was 3:11 on the time, 11 minutes past 3, so bit of confirmation there. I feel like it's like I can't keep pushing forward anymore without, it's like the free trial's over, so I wonder if you gave an ultimatum or you put a boundary up, it's like free trial's over, I have no choice but to step away because I don't want to commit to the subscription because I don't have the money to. What if I commit to this subscription and then it doesn't work out or it doesn't end up the way that I wanted to, you know, because if I subscribe to this one, I would have to unsubscribe from this or this and this, and it's like, I don't want to create so much change right now. So it's like, oh, but I want to keep playing the game, but I can't. And I don't mean like, ooh, playing you. It's not necessarily like that. Some of you guys, it might be, you'll know this person more than me. But for some of you guys, it is mainly like, I don't want to really step up or make a shift or make a change. I'm worried about, there's a worry and anxious, it's like anxiety or worrying or, what if this happens? I don't want to make this big change if this doesn't work out. Firm boundaries are definitely needed with this person, but I feel like you already know that because I feel like boundaries put in are maybe what caused the crumbling of it. Or they were aware that they couldn't push anymore, that you needed more. We have Skull of Stars, Infinite Possibilities. Yeah, literally. And that's going on top of the Seven of Cups as well. There's many pathways. I just wonder if, for some of you guys, there were other people. And maybe this person was, which one is going to fit me more? Which one's better for me? I don't know. What's going to be easier for me? What's going to require the least amount of change? What's going to require the least amount of resistance? More confirmation there. So there's that feeling here. And I think that's why we have infinite possibilities. Maybe this person liked to keep options open. I know that's maybe not something that you want to hear, but that's how this person kind of feels. I don't want to hone in on one decision. Something here, the smallest decision feels huge. So in terms of like a commitment in a relationship, and of course your life changes when you're in a relationship, it's almost like I'm not ready for the change. So what is going to bring me the least amount of change? Skull of darkness, blind spots. Why do we have blind spots here? Why do we have blind spots on why they ghosted? I wonder if they were scared of things coming to light. See the light's going into the dark bits? Maybe this could go in two different ways. This could either be they were worried about you fully seeing them. You know, people can be scared to be seen, felt, loved in a relationship. Things becoming too real. You know, you get into a relationship, there's not a lot you can really hide in terms of that. Feelings come up, emotions come up. Maybe they were worried about that part. But then also, if this does feel third party-ish, if you know there were other people involved, it could be that they were scared of things coming to light that way. And that could be the way. So if this is someone you knew was involved with someone else, it could be that things coming to light about you. But if this is someone you knew that, you know, was kind of like single, but maybe there was somebody, it could be like something there coming to light about another person. There's that sort of vibe here. There is a murkiness, I'm not going to lie. I know there's a bunch of you watching, so there are little differences coming in, but I need to put them all out, so just take what resonates. Pile number 2, final card, please, spirit guides. Why did Palantir's person ghost? Skeleton strength. Do you see how we have 3 skulls? Like, they're not all skulls, like, as you can see. But we have 3 skulls come up in the reading. They're trying to cling to the past. The skull, the skeleton, it's the last bit of debris of the human body. It's the last piece of us. They're trying to cling to the familiar. They're trying to cling to what they know. They're trying to cling to the old, the past, you know? That's what's happening here. Why do we have skeleton strength? Why do we have strength? It's almost like strength and courage. It's like, I think this person may lack that. I think they like people to make decisions for them. They may be the type of person in a relationship that lets the other person finish with them instead of them finishing with the person. It's almost like, I need you to make the decision for me. They almost need to be pushed into the ocean instead of taking the leap and jumping into the ocean. That's how they feel. They feel like they need someone to tug them along. And this could also be you weren't willing to tug them along. You were saying, step up and be with me. And this person was like, oh no, I need someone to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? That could be this person. This person could be very passive. We have dawn, the light after the darkness. That's the back of the deck. I do feel like the bird being there, it's like bird's eye view. I feel like you might have peeped something, or there was something they couldn't hide, or maybe, you know, I'm thinking of like a bird fleeing the nest. You were wanting them to kind of flee the nest and kind of like jump into the unknown with you, and they weren't willing to do it. It's almost like, you come here, I don't want to take the leap. I want to fly with you, but let me jump on your back. And you're like, well, I can't carry the weight. Come and fly with me. And they're like, oh, but, you know, and they're looking around. It's like, well, that bird's staying in the nest too. Let me sit with this bird here. It's that sort of feeling. Nothing to take offense to of like your personality or anything like that. It's more so, I don't think they're able to step up and lead, and I feel like that's what caused them to want to pull back or not take the initiative with this situation. And I think the ghosting was 2 things coming through: just pure avoidance of conflict, or you bringing things up to them and them needing to step up, or it could also be worrying about things coming to light if there were other people involved. And again, you'd know if there were other people involved. So yeah, that is what I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you feel like you'd want a deeper dive on something like this, do let me know in the comment section. I don't mind going deeper with that, especially if I've there's things you still want covered. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope it brought you clarity. Happy Halloween. I hope you have a great Halloween. I hope that you're being safe if you go out, and I hope you have a great time. Thank you so much for supporting the Halloween videos and being here with me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'll see you guys soon. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what your topic is for your reading. You guys chose the toffee crisp. So in this jar, I have a bunch of different reading ideas. Bar 1 and 2s, I took those out so there wasn't a repeat. And I'm basically going to pop them down here, and I'm going to kind of look away and do a sort of lucky dip to see what your topic is, and then we'll get into your reading. So pile number 3, please, spirit guides. What topic could they benefit from? What topic can my pile number 3s benefit from? What topic? Ooh, like this one. We have your most dominant psychic gifts. So your strongest psychic gifts. Love that. Let's pop that over here. I love these type of readings where we can go in deep to the psychic energies. Oh goodness, I'm clumsy. I'm so clumsy. Sorry guys. Watch me smash the acorn now. I won't do it. Okay. Let's get in there. So your most dominant psychic gifts. Tap me into the collective of my pile number 3s, please, spirit guides. Tap me into my pile number 3s. What is the most dominant psychic gifts? What are my pile number 3's most dominant psychic gifts? Tap me into my pile number 3's, please. What are my pile number 3's most dominant psychic gifts? We have the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, let's get that in view. There we go. 2 of Pentacles. What are my pile number 3's most dominant psychic gifts? Temperance. What are pile number 3's most dominant psychic gifts? 5 of Pentacles. What are my pile number 3's most dominant psychic gifts? 10 of Pentacles. Pile number 3. And we have Death. Back of the deck is Judgment. Okay. Pile number 3's most dominant psychic gifts, please. Most dominant psychic gifts. 2 of Pentacles and Temperance. 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and Death. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. As I start the reading, I keep being shown somebody almost like in like a rainy climate. This is more channeled now. This is just what I'm being shown. And I'm trying to light a fire, but the twigs and the branches are wet. And the friction is just not working, and I cannot get this fire to start. Whereas I'm tapping into you guys, and I'm almost just like, it's almost like kind of like telekinesis or something. I'm kind of like looking at something and a flame starts, right? And that's not obviously literally. Maybe some of you can make fire come with your eyes, I don't know. But, you know, this is just the image that I'm being shown. But what I'm being shown with that is one of your biggest gifts is kind of like the power of alchemy, and to be able to find a way. I'm hearing where there's a will, there's a way. Find a way out, find a way through. But it's more than that, because we can look at that and go, oh, well, it's just optimism, right? It's very easy to say, oh, optimism, you know, finding the light in the dark. But this is coming through even in a way that I haven't seen it work before, where it's like it's more than that. You're moving and making way for energy. You're moving energy around. You're curating meaning, crafting intention, and building a door when it wasn't there before. Somebody could look at maybe an experience you've gone through and sit with loss, grief, sadness, and just sit with that feeling and hold it. And that's okay, but I'm being shown I'm being shown it from an energetic perspective. Loss, grief, hurt. I'm not avoiding it. I'm feeling it. I'm not denying it. You know, some people don't want to accept their losses. They want to hide that they've lost something, and their insecurities, or whatever, they have insecurities, they don't want to deal with them, push them down. And you're going, oh no, it's here. And I'm going to feel it, and I'm going to sit with it. But as you guys will probably know, when you feel something, when you sit with something, you transmute it. Well, that's energy work. You're filtering something, you're releasing. And what goes out comes back. So with that being said, you're then creating an activation in yourself to find a doorway out. There are so many circumstances, I feel, Pal 3, where you could have been trapped in the house with no door. There have been so many circumstances where you could have just laid down. There are so many circumstances where you could have just looked at it from a black and white perspective of, oh, well, this has just happened to me, and F this, and blah, blah, blah. And maybe you felt it for a minute to honor whatever it was that you were feeling. But you always bounce out. You always jump out. You retrieve your energy. You pull back into yourself. And you activate something new. You find the light. But it's not because like, oh, I found light. You're cultivating the light. You're creating the light. This is alchemy. You are cultivating energy. I'm being told there are doorways that you've opened that weren't even available to you, but you crafted them and you opened them and you walked through. There are so many pathways that could have been, someone could have said that would be impossible, but you did it because you crafted it. You crafted the timeline. You jumped onto the timeline. You jumped out of an energy where certain things were happening to you and you jumped into something else. You crafted it. You weaved it. You're a weaver. You're an alchemist, and you're a weaver of energy. You're able to activate. You're able to bring things in. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I've been in the Five of Pentacles, but I'm not just going to take this Five of Pentacles. I'll accept that I'm here right now. But we can always make do. We can always find a way. I'm hearing the song from ABBA, I Have a Dream, where they sing, pushing through the darkness, still another mile. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. And it's like I'm cultivating and crafting. I'm like makeshifting. You know what I mean? You know, some people are like, oh, I can't start that yet. Like, I can't start the workout yet, let's say, because I haven't got money to buy new gym clothes, and I can't get to a gym, and I can't do this or that. You'd be the type of person to go, I haven't got those things, but I'm going to walk around the block once a day, or I'm going to walk up and down my stairs 10 times a day and get into the energy. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to, you know, start following fitness things. You know what I mean? Or let's just say this is a business. And other people might go, oh, well, I can't start that yet because I need to save X amount. And I need to, you know, buy this equipment. You're the type to go, what can I do to aid it right now? And how can I get there? You know what I mean? How can I craft maybe half an hour out of my day and do something small towards it? You find a way. And yes, that can be seen from a human perspective of like somebody that's optimistic and just finding their way out. But it's more than that, because I'm being shown doorways that weren't there, but you made the doorway happen. You ran through the bricks. Like, you found a way. You managed to see beyond what was in front of you to bring in this Ten of Pentacles and to create shifts in your life. Do you see how in the Death card it's all dark lit, but the moon is so bright? You're kind of like, you're bringing light to things. You're bringing an answer to things. You're finding the silver lining. You're using the negative. It's like, I see you going through negative. Like, let's just say like you're talking to somebody, right? And they decided to let's look at panel number 2's one, which was like, why did they ghost you? Let's say they decided to ghost you, right? You would take that and go, okay, I'm really upset about this right now, but what is it triggering within me, or what has happened? And a year later, if someone were to ask you about that person that ghosted you and you were really upset about it, you'd be like, you know what, I'm kind of glad it happened, because it made me realize that this was being triggered in me, and it also made me realize where my boundaries weren't strong, and it also helped me get into this energy, and now I'm here. Nothing's wasted with you guys, Pal 3. Nothing is wasted with you. And I think that's your most dominant gift, is that you're able to weave energy. It's beyond like, oh, I'm manifesting and oh, I'm doing spell work, although I do feel both of those are big hotspots for you manifesting, and any type of spell work. I feel like energy responds to you really well, but you're able to tap into frequencies that other people might not even think to tap into, but sometimes you're even creating them yourself. It's within you, so you're activating it yourself. You know what I mean? You're bringing light to situations, and I feel like you help out maybe other people with that. Could be like a piece of advice where like somebody's like, I don't know what to do right now with my job, or I don't know what, and it's like you help people see through. You help people see the light in the dark. You help people see the way forward, and I think that's a really big gift for you. You're able to bring clarity or help people find a way. You're able to help people find a tool. Why? Because you do it in your life all the time. I think it's a really big gift for you, and I think you've met your fair share of lesser circumstances, and I think that's what sharpened this skill. Oh, there's no door, I'll make a door. I'll climb up the chimney. I'll go through the vents. You know? I'll get there. I don't know how, but I will. It's okay that this happened, because now I'm going to activate this. Now it's made me more aware of this. Chucking things at me isn't going to work, because I am going to use it to my advantage. You know that saying, and it's like creating a castle out of bricks people throw at you. That's a gift for you. A really strong one. And I feel as life goes on, it's aiding you in so many different ways, I feel. You're constantly able to cultivate change and land on your feet, I feel. And even if you don't land on your feet, it's like, well, now I know better for next time. It's like I'm able to flip it. I'm able to flip it into the positive. I'm able to flip it into something else. I'm able to juice it and take something from it. You know how like managers, they'll have like a bad PR moment for one of their celebrity clients, and it's like, let's flip it. Let's make it work for you. You know what I mean? No publicity is bad publicity. Let's make it work for you. That's you guys. But in an energy form. Yes, this has set me back. Yes, this has upset me. Yes, this has triggered something. Let me use it. What can I use from the shells of this? What can I use from the remnants of this? You know what I mean? Free energy, yay. How do I use this? You know, it's that sort of vibe. I'll use this as inspiration. But it's more than just like, oh, I'm looking at it positively. This is like an energy thing. There's more going on behind the scenes that maybe you don't even realize that this is a gift. You're just like, oh yeah, I see the light and things. It's so much deeper than that. You're the one cultivating the light. You're literally giving it meaning and cultivating the light. You're forging paths that were not there to get you where you need to go. You're creating the meaning. You're like kind of like master creator, master manifester. It's that vibe here, and that's a really big gift for you. And then it blends into a big gift of manifesting, and also a big gift of spell work. If you were ever to go into, you know, being a practitioner of magic and working with spell work, I feel like it would work well for you, because I feel like you're kind of a pro at energy, and that would also then blend into, you could be in the healing professions, helping people clear clutter, because you're used to clearing your own and finding the light in it, dissecting it. Some of you guys could be psychologists. Some of you guys could be, I'm seeing like dark, and I'm bringing light to it with that death card. So this could be the healing professions, so like healers and things like that. Of course, we're working with energy doing that. Anything with the psychology and anything where I can kind of gain mastery over the darker parts of my mind, or understand my mind. This could even be like motivational speeches to people, lifting people up in that way, helping people find a way forward. Like, it's part of your journey, I feel, to do that. 100%. Let's pull your Halloween cards, your oracle cards. But that's your strongest gift. Energy responds to you very well. Working with energy, or helping other people dissect things, release things, helping them see things from another perspective. You're deep, you're intricate, your mind is intricate, you're able to find a way, you're able to save the day. You know, you're like that hero in the sitcom that like, because this reminded me of Doctor Who. I always talk about Doctor Who. Like, the doctor always saves the day. It's like when everything feels like it's gonna mess up, it's like he has a solution, and it's like, I know what we can do. And it's like, how would you think of that? There's that vibe here from you guys. Like, you know how to get out of it, or at least if you can't get out of it, use it to catapult somewhere else, use it to alchemize, use it to weave a new web, you know what I mean? We have Skull of Darkness, blind spots. Literally, you bring in the light to the dark, you know what I mean? Literally you finding meaning, finding light, finding guidance where maybe you weren't met with guidance, you weren't met with light, you cultivated it on your own, you know. And I literally said weaving web. We literally have the spider community and web weaving. The spider creates the web from himself. It comes from within himself. That's you guys. You kind of, I mean, we're all creating our own reality, but a lot of people don't know maybe how to work with energy, or they don't know how to tap into that within them. This is a gift you have. You have a light that kind of doesn't go out inside. That is where you pull from to constantly weave your own web, build something, you know. Let's pull the final card. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. I wonder if the spider might be like a totem for you. There was a reading I did not long ago where the spider came up. I'm sure it was the spider. Spider may be like an animal totem for you right now. Pile number 3, jack-o'-lantern protection. Your light protects you, I feel. Your light protects you. We have apple, risk and reward. Look at that, risk and reward. It's like, I feel like you're able to, and I wonder if this is coming maybe from your heart space for some of you guys. I'm actually getting a mixed bag. For some of you, this is your heart energy. So it's your heart chakra, being able to come back to base and, you know, the universe, God, however you call it, that's love. It's pure love. You know what I mean? That energy is love. And it's in all of us. So it's like that frequency, that energy, you always bounce back to that energy. But then for others of you, it's solar plexus energy. It's an inner power, an inner strength that you just naturally have lit within you. You know what I mean? To find answers and to seek meaning and to bounce back and to use what's there. I feel like for a lot of you guys as well, in past lives, you've worked with energy, so it's just naturally open to you. Think of it like muscle memory. Like, you never forget how to ride a car, you never forget how to ride a bike, you never, you know, it's that sort of thing. Sometimes souls come down and the veil is a little bit open to them, you know, the filter is open to them, because in so many lives they've connected with spirit, in so many lives they've done healing work, and in so many lives they've done these things, and it's still readily available to them. So that's coming through. Why is the jack-o'-lantern now with protection? I just keep being shown rocks thrown, and it's just like, oh my god, thank you for the rock, let me use it for this. Somebody meaning for something to hit you in one way, but then it doesn't, because you took it a different way, and you're like, oh, I'm going to use it for this instead. And it's like, you're not able to, I'm hearing that song, ain't nothing gonna break my stride, ain't nothing gonna slow me down, I've got to keep on moving. I don't know who sings that, but the lyrics to that song came through. It's like, this, no matter what is faced in front of you, I'm being shown like a big tsunami, a big wall, a big kind of volcano, and it's just kind of like, this light protects you, because it's just like, I have a way of moving through this. Like, I know what to do. Like, it helps you not stay down. Sometimes things can, you know, like how, like, for example, like entities, lower vibrational entities, they can try and stop us from tapping into psychic gifts or things like that, where they can kind of, if they know you're scared of them, use that to kind of bring fear into you. I know whenever I do my energy healing, sometimes the night before an energy session or something like that, my most vulnerable place is my dreams. So I always get, you know, beings kind of come and try and provoke me in my dreams and try and freak me out there, because it's where I'm, you know, more vulnerable, I guess. But you'll see it with people. It's not always like entities and darker energies or lower vibrational energies or whatever it is trying to poke at your fears. They can also poke at insecurities, where they'll, you know, have other people kind of poke at your insecurities and say something, and that can keep people chained to a mentality to a fear, and it stops them from moving forward. But whatever happens with you guys, you take it. It's like, oh, you just jabbed me here. You've just brought up a fear. But instead of you just going, oh my God, I'm fearing, I'm backing down, you're going, where did this fear come from? What happened? Like, who sent this? And what is it triggering within me? And why was it sent? Where's the crack in my foundation? How can I work through this? How can I use this to my benefit? There's that sort of vibe. So it's like I'm combating the volcano and the tsunami and the big wall. Like, I can get through it because it's like, okay, what is this teaching me and how can I get over it? You're constantly, and with a death card, maybe you're constantly transforming and shifting anyway. So it's just like, oh, you just chucked something at my energy. I was meaning to jump out of this snake skin anyway. Let me just jump into another energy. There we go. You can have that. I'm in a new energy now. You're always moving, bouncing, changing, shifting, finding a new reason to evolve and see something differently, you know? And I feel like that aids and helps you. It could even be like, you've been in a relationship or you've had connections with other people where they've hurt you. And some people can spiral on that for the rest of their lives, but you've gone, you know what? Let me dissect this situation for a little minute. What is this triggering within me, and what was going on within you to even do that to somebody? Let me try and dissect you a second. And it's almost like I'm bringing clarity to it, where it's like, oh my God, okay, I understand it, and I'm going to fly away. And I feel light. I feel like a little angel flying away. I feel like a little dragonfly. I'm no longer tethered to the old. I'm transforming out of it. The Five of Pentacles taught me something, you know, and I'm taking the wisdom with me. That's a gift that you have, and it's beautiful. Yeah, so pile number 3, that is your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed. Happy Halloween. I hope you have a lovely day, night, evening, if you're going out or whatever. Please be safe if you're going out and have fun. Sending you guys all of my love. Thank you so much for supporting the Halloween videos. You know, I love doing these every year. Makes me really happy. So thank you so much for being here with me. And yeah, I hope you got everything you needed from the reading. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Powerful, welcome to your reading. So we are now going to take a look at your topic. If you guys chose the Butterfinger chocolate, this is your reading. So in this acorn, I have different topics, bar the 3 that I pulled out for the other piles because I didn't want to have any repeats. And yeah, we're going to take a look and see what your topic is. So I'm going to kind of like tip them out. And I'm going to look away, scramble them together, and see what your topic is. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides, the Butterfinger pile. What is my pile number 4's topic? Okay, what have we got? Okay, we have who wants to return from the past. That is your reading. So who would like a do-over, who could maybe be thinking about you, thinking about the past with you, that sort of thing. That is your reading. So let's pop these back in the acorn. These are the ones that didn't make it. I'll pop it over here actually. And we'll get straight in. So who wants to return from the past? Okay. Pile number 4, please. Actually makes sense that that topic would come up as well because we're going into like retrograde as well. So okay, let's get in. Pile number 4, please. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 4. Who wants to return from the past? Who is thinking back to my pile number 4s? Who is wanting to do over of the past? Who is wanting to revisit the past? With my pile number 4s, tap me into my pile 4s energies, please. Who wants to return from the past? Okay, we have Judgment, 2 of Cups, and the Hermit. They all popped out together, so let's pop these down. Make sure they're in view. There we go. 2 more cards, please, Spirit Guides. Who wants to return from the past? Chariot. Okay. One more card. Who wants to return from the past? Ace of Cups reversed. Back of the deck, Four of Cups. Okay. I don't know why I'm being shown something like being poked with a stick. I don't know what that's about. Like, I'm being shown, I don't know if this is like a cartoon that's coming into my head, but I'm being shown like an image of somebody, but it looks cartoony, and there's like something on the floor, and I'm kind of poking it with a stick. What am I poking with a stick? What's going on? Judgment, Two of Cups, Hermit, the Chariot, and the Ace of Cups reversed. Four of Cups. Okay, straight away, this is somebody that feels quite emotionally connected to you. So this is somebody you could have a really long, strong friendship with. Maybe you've got a close bond because you're family. This could also just be somebody that sees you in a romantic way, or maybe it was a relationship, or maybe it was somebody that sees you in a romantic way as somebody that they very much acknowledge that they have feelings for, and very much acknowledge that there is a strong connection here, or there is at least something here, because that's what's making them kind of come back to you. So it could be like a reckoning of feelings, or it could just be an acknowledgement of a bond that is quite very basically being missed, right? That's coming through here. But what I will say with this this energy here, it's like going into the Hermit and then the Chariot. I just feel like right now in this person's life, truly, when I'm tapping into them, whatever circumstances are going on in their life, they almost feel like they're not really equipped for certain things. I don't feel like my energy has an opening to build something or give to something right now. That's one thing that I will say, because if you look at this Two of Cups here, and it came up in, I think it was pile 2's reading as well, the cups are kind of like uneven. You've got one big one and one small one. So it's almost like if this person was to be in your life, or maybe when this person was literally in your life, they weren't able to give the same as they got. And that does still, truthfully, when I tap into their energies, ring true, because the card at the end is the Ace of Cups reversed. It's almost like I haven't got something to give. I haven't got something to give you, but then I also like am reminiscent on you, but I haven't really got anything to kind of offer you. Or maybe what I have got to offer, maybe you wouldn't want, because in the original Four of Cups, you know, the person's being handed a cup and they're kind of just not interested in it. They're kind of like, oh, I don't want that. So there's almost this feeling of like, well, what I have to offer, maybe you wouldn't want. Maybe this is even somebody that did offer you something and you were like, maybe it's not enough, or you're not showing up in the right way. So there's that sort of feeling here as I tap in. But there's this need to want closeness with you, or liking to have closeness with you, or wanting connection with you, and acknowledging that there is that connection there, but it's almost like I don't have something to give right now. Maybe they're running a very tight ship right now. Maybe they're constantly working right now. Maybe they're changing certain things in their life right now. And there's just this kind of feeling of, I wouldn't say avoidance at all with this person, actually. There's no real avoidance here. There is a literal acknowledgement of feelings. There is literally an acknowledgement of a connection. There's almost this feeling of like a meant to be kind of vibe, or, you know, a resonance from like a past relationship or bond that's been here, a friendship, whatever it is, that is there. I feel like this person would want to be in your life, but they don't feel like they can offer anything, or maybe they feel very depleted, or they feel like what they have to offer isn't enough. And then it just kind of keeps them in this kind of weird state almost. I want to tap more into this Hermit and Chariot card, because this is where the energy's at now. Let me pull 3 more cards and take a look. So what is the reasoning for them wanting to return? What is this Hermit and Chariot energy? What's stopping that? What's stopping that? Ace of Pentacles. What's stopping that? I feel like I need to have something done before I would reach to you. The Sun, and then the 3 of Cups reversed. Something needs to be set in stone. Something needs to be activated. I need to have something in my hands. I need to reach something. Maybe it's a goal. 4 of Swords reverse. Things are very hectic. There's too much going on. I need to fall back. Maybe they just come out of a relationship and they need time to heal. Maybe they don't feel kind of like where they need to be in their life right now, you know. Maybe they have goals in mind, and you know, some people have that mentality, I'm not going to be ready for a relationship until I've worked on this within myself or that within myself, and that can kind of come in. And it's, of course, we want to work on ourselves, and we want to work on a trigger, we want to work on healing something, we want to work on self-love. Of course we do that before something comes in, but there's always a balance to it, you know. And this person could maybe be holding off on something until that, you know, maybe they don't have the amount of money that they'd like to feel confident enough to provide, you know. There's something that they feel like they can't offer, so it's like, once I can offer it, then I will, but right now I can't. But I feel like they do think back to you then with the Sun energy, because I feel like that's you kind of showing up in their energy. I feel like you bring a lot of light to their lives. I feel like you bring a lot of clarity. I feel like you maybe activate that inner child. You are, you know, maybe very funny. Maybe you're a joy to be around. Is that sort of feeling here? Maybe you lift this person. I feel like this person's like, ego feels diminished. Like, I don't feel self-confident. I don't feel confident. I don't feel like I can really offer you anything. I don't feel like I don't feel confident. I don't feel like I'm enough. I don't feel like I can really bring anything. There's an underlying feeling of that from this person. And as I'm speaking, and I never do this because I always talk with my hands, I folded my arms across my chest. So when we fold our arms across our chest, the body language, we're closing ourselves in. We're trying to make ourselves feel secure. That's how this person feels right now. And the 3 of Cups being reversed, I wonder if this person's maybe isolated right now. Maybe they are currently in a circumstance where they're maybe with someone else and they're needing to end that, or they're getting over somebody else and they're needing to work through that. Or maybe there's complications from a past situation and they're needing to work through that. That could be something that's coming in here. Something doesn't feel like the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Cups both being reversed. I don't feel like I can really give you anything. There's too much going on. I don't feel like I've got a stable foundation. I feel like I need to fall back and rest. I'm restless. There's something I need to achieve. There's almost like, once I get here, then I'll be able to be ready. Once I achieve this, once I hit this goal, then I'll be able to be ready. And that's why they're not reaching out to you right now. It's almost like I'm busy with other things. So I'm like, I can't right now. I can't offer you something right now. That's what this energy is. And this is why they're not stepping back. There's a lot going on in this person's life. Judgment and 2 of Cups. They feel this is somebody you've had a connection with for sure. You've had like either a deep connection or just a very soulful connection, a very emotional connection. Somebody that you get on with. Maybe there's good chemistry. You click together. Maybe this is like an ex from the past or a friend or something like that. You know, this could be a friend who, like, let's just say with you, you're like a fun person, right? So it's like, oh, I love doing all these fun things with you, and I like to go out, and I like to be extroverted, and I like to do all these fun things, but right now I don't feel that way about myself. So I need to sort this out and change this before I can start coming out with you again and doing all those fun things with you again. So I'd rather you enjoy yourself and me not bring you down, and then I can come to you. It could be that, you know, in a friendship way as well, or family way as well, you know. I'm not able to kind of give that same fire. There's definitely insecurities I feel like this person's dealing with. 100%. Let's pull the Oracle cards. Let's pull your Halloween cards. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. Who wants to return from the past? Who wants to return to my pile number 4s? Who wants to return? Yeah, this person doesn't feel confident in themselves. I wonder if this is more of a friend-family situation for a lot of you. The sacredness of pause in winter. Maybe they're in the winter period in their life. Maybe things have slowed down. Maybe things are heavy. Maybe they're releasing. Look at the autumn leaf. Maybe things are releasing. And it's heavy for them, and they're not wanting to bring that baggage to you. Maybe they're not wanting to get you involved in the baggage. They feel like they're in a winter phase for you. For them, I mean. They feel like they're in a winter phase, and maybe you're in the summer phase. That's how they feel. Like something's not aligned yet. I can't. We have mummy change. Yeah, there's something they wanted to change in their life. It's a them thing. It's something they wanted to work through. The veil of future. I feel like they have a kind of plan in their mind of like, I'm going to pop up sometime in the future when I'm ready. We're going to be together when the time is right. We're going to, you know, I'm going to see that friend when I'm back out on the scene, but right now I'm not. And it's almost like I'm looking to the future for something, but right now this is where I'm in the winter, but I know that change is coming, and then something needs to happen. This shift needs to happen for me to get here. Right now I can't see it happening with the blindfold on, because it's like there's something blocking it, you know. We have Bambrak. I think I'm pronouncing this wrong. Sweetness and synergy. And if you don't know the story behind that, basically back in the day they'd cook this little loaf thing, and they'd put something in there like a key or a ring or something like that, and they'd cut the cake up, and if you had the slice with a ring, it meant in the year you were going to get married. Or if you had like a coin, it would mean that you were going to come into money. You know, if you had a key, it was like, oh, you're opening doors, or you're going to get a home, you know. And there was also negative ones too. So why is that there for this reading, the Bambrak, sweetness and synergy? Why is that there? Why is that there? First of all, I'm just thinking of it as like a home cooked meal, and you feeling like somebody that's like home to them. You feeling like somebody that's very warm, somebody they feel very comfortable with, somebody that they feel their energy would settle in to with. And I think they do think of the possibilities then. You know, I'm thinking of like the ring being in that, and the, you know, their key being in that, and all of that. It's like, well, what could happen? It's like I'm thinking of what could happen, and could this there's a lot of what could be. And I think they think of that. You know, what could be when I reach out? What if, you know, we could end up, they may even have ideas, because, you know, I'm seeing like a friend going, you know, when I'm ready to come out of my shell again and I feel ready, we can go on vacation and we can do this and we can do that. There's that sort of vibe, you know. So there's kind of thoughts of that, but right now it's like I'm behind the winter kind of like window. I'm behind the glass, and I'm kind of just in that winter phase right now. Yeah. If there is a animosity with this person, I don't feel it from this person's energy. Obviously, if they haven't dealt with the situation very well, then of course, you know, but I just, from their energy, at least not, because I'm reading their energy and not yours for this. I'm reading where they're at and why they wanted to return. If there has been an argument, they're not stuck on it. And if they have done something wrong, that's not a focus for them. It's more so when the time is right, you know, it's that feeling that's coming through. But yeah, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween. I hope you have a great Halloween night, Halloween day, whenever you're watching this. If you're going out tonight, please be safe and take care, and please enjoy. And just thank you so much for supporting their Halloween videos. I love these so much, and I always feel sad when they come to a close. And I wish I could have done more. Sometimes I get a bit frustrated with my energy that I can't give out more that I'd like to right now. But I hope what I put out you did enjoy, and just thank you so much for supporting them. And I hope you got everything you needed from this reading, and I'll see you guys in my next video, hopefully. So have a great Halloween. Happy Halloween.